What if a complete breakdown isn't the end, but rather a doorway to much greater good? Hi, my name is Lynn. I spent many years as an attorney chasing success and recognition until I reached a breaking point and had to stop the chase. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about my struggles and the spiritual awakening that turned my life around. I'll share the pivotal moments and insights that emerged through powerful spiritual sessions, through guidance I received, and through my own insights and understandings. You'll get a glimpse of what happened when I dared to turn to my soul and listen, even though it was uncomfortable at times. Whether you're feeling stuck, searching, or just curious about my soul's journey, I invite you to come with me through the pain, the questions, and ultimately my awakening. This isn't just my story, it's a blueprint for anyone wondering if there might be meaning on the other side of hardship. Let's walk this path together, discovering as I did that sometimes the greatest spiritual breakthroughs are born from our darkest nights. For a long time, I knew nothing about spirituality. It wasn't a part of my upbringing, and I spent much of my adulthood immersed in the material world. But in the early 1990s, after a 6-year period of low-level anxiety, depression, and fear, I started to look closely into spiritual concepts. I read the books about God as love, near-death experiences, reincarnation, and the life between lives, or what our souls do when not in a physical body. The books were fascinating, uplifting, and inspiring. I began to have spiritual experiences. These experiences included an acute awareness of God's presence and profound visions and dreams. In May 2001, I had a spiritual regression hypnosis session called a Life Between Lives, or LBL session, with Dr. Michael Newton, author of Journey of Souls and founder of the LBL process. During this session, I was taken to my pure soul state where my memories of the spirit world were unlocked. I learned a lot about why I'm in the relationships I'm in. And at the end of the session, I received a crucial message about the importance of unconditional love. I did not internalize the message, nor did I make an effort to change my negative core thinking patterns in a way that would allow me to integrate my spiritual studies and explorations into my daily life. Thus, when a large organization hired me in the summer of 2002, it was too easy for me to set aside my self-exploration. I delved completely into my work, but no matter how hard I worked, I maintained a deep-seated belief that I was not good enough. A feeling instilled in me long ago by people I trusted that has lingered, embedding itself deep within me. And when everything in my life seemed fine on the outside, I never truly felt satisfied. I tried to compensate by overworking and constantly trying to please everyone, believing that if I did, my self-esteem would finally improve. It did not. I also relentlessly drove myself, believing that somehow achievement and productivity would drown out my insecurities. Instead, I raced towards burnout. My mental health suffered, and my spirit felt more depleted with each passing year until I couldn't keep up the facade any longer. One day, I had a complete breakdown where I felt physically and mentally incapacitated. The physical exercise I had done for years became extremely difficult, and I had to slow it down. I was so anxious and depressed that when I looked at the projects I was working on, which had once been so easy, I no longer understood them, and I had completely buried the spiritual teachings I had uncovered so many years ago. Everything became so difficult that I had to take a leave of absence. During my leave, I picked up the pieces by focusing on all 3 aspects of myself: my body, my mind, and my spirit. Doctors put me on more effective medication. I enrolled in a yoga class. I participated in an intensive group outpatient program and began individual therapy, which gave me tools which enabled me to identify old behaviors and thoughts that were keeping me stuck and replace them with healthier ones. These tools included interpreting things in the best rather than worst possible light, having compassion for myself, recognizing that no human being is perfect, accepting things I cannot change, and setting healthy boundaries. Towards the end of the outpatient program, I had a whole new outlook, but something was still missing. I had not yet paid attention to my soul. It was clear to me that I had to return to the spirituality I set aside many years ago, and this time to really take it to heart. I again listened to the recording of my LBL session with Dr. Michael Newton. Everything I had missed in 2001 sunk in, and my transformation began. I returned to work on a part-time basis, maintaining balance in my life and not taking on any extra responsibilities. I began to pray and meditate, opening myself to the love and guidance of Spirit. I followed the guidance I received rather than being driven by fear and ego. And as a result, synchronicities and miracles started to occur in my life, and I was finally at peace knowing I had nothing to fear. In December 2024, I had a second LBL session where I revisited my life from my soul's perspective. It was a profound and sacred experience, one of beauty, awe, and wonder. I discovered my deeper purpose wasn't about external accomplishments or constant productivity. It was about unconditional love of self and others, patience, and service. As a result of my awakening, I no longer identify myself as an attorney or as any other role I play. Rather, I'm an eternal soul having a human experience, and I am perfect just the way I am. This spiritual realization, along with incorporating physical and mental self-care, has freed me from stress, anxiety, and fear. I was finally able to leave the job that no longer served me, something I thought I could never do. I have since dedicated my efforts to helping others recognize and manage work-related burnout. For some, it can start by just talking to somebody who's been there before and understands. If you too are feeling overwhelmed by pressures at work, or simply want to learn more about my journey, contact me through my website. I don't charge a fee, nor am I selling anything. I've just been called to share the insights I've gathered along the way, and I look forward to hearing from you.